everyone, welcome back to Ormsby Farm. My name is Casey. So we are in the kitchen today because I am meal prepping and we're gonna get it done. We're gonna vacuum seal a bunch of chicken, put it in the freezer for the next month. Most of y'all know at the old farm I used to meal prep usually for 2 to 3 months on meat when we didn't grow it ourselves. And we had a big accident with our freezers when we moved over here that I will talk about after the intro, that basically wiped out our entire freezers, which was a whole year's worth of food. But not to be a downer, because we are going to vacuum seal. And listen, I'm doing it with a new vacuum sealer. It's my Inkbird. This one, can you even see it? Yeah, Inkbird. And let me tell you, it is really nice. I'm excited to show you. But it came with its own like little vacuum things, but I'm not using it because I love my out of air bags, and that's what we're gonna use today. So let's go ahead and get into that intro so we can start vacuum packing some chicken and put it in the freezer. Woo, woo, woo. Oh yeah, make sure before you get into any of that, you subscribe. Press that button, you know, right down there. You'll see it. It says subscribe. Yeah, because y'all know y'all love me. All right, let's get into the intro.
I'm coming home.
All right, so before we actually get started in the actual chicken part, I wanted to talk about my Inkbird. It's my new vacuum sealer that I got. I had a Walmart brand one before, and it worked well. Do not get me wrong, but I wanted something a little bit more nicer. This one I'm really excited about because once my my out of air bag gets a little bit smaller, there is a place in here where you can put it and hold it and roll it out and do it that way. Because remember, again, it came with its own one that was in here that you're supposed to weave underneath, you know, blase blase, whoop-de-wah, all of that kind of stuff. And then you could go vacuum seal that way. We're not doing it that way only because I love out of air vacuum bags. I did a video on it. I'm going to leave it up here in an index card. And let me tell you a funny story. Is my very dear friend Monica, she keeps an eye on me because sometimes I forget to put the index cards. Y'all, if you want to see those index cards, leave me a comment down there. Be like, Casey, you didn't leave it down there. So anyways, but I do have one where I tested out the out of air bags. I was sent them. I was in a bunch of them, and they are absolutely wonderful. They're my new favorites. The only thing that I use here at the farm. And yeah, so they also gave a little extra small bags of it. It came with it when I opened it. This is the other kind of like little sealer for the jar stuff. I have another vacuum sealer for the jar, but this is really nice. I see you just kind of hook it up to your, excuse me, the Inkbird, and it vacuum seals inside of the jar. And you also get a separate little sealer things to reuse. So that is it. I'm gonna turn you around so you can see the top part of the Inkbird because there's a lot of buttons that are fun. Alrighty, y'all. So on top of it, you see that you can have for the dry food, moist food, and liquids, a gentle vacuum or a normal vacuum, vacuum and seal, or seal only. I don't know what Pulse is, and the canister one is the jars, to do the jar stuff. It's really nice. I actually heat sealed one thing just to test it out. You do it and press this down and hold it. It's the seal time right there. You can change it more or less, all that good stuff. So this is really nice. So I'm gonna have this in my Amazon storefront if you are interested. And all you have to do is just go ahead and click on my Linktree. And that's gonna be the Linktree down in the bio notes that is always there. Once you click on that, it takes you over to all of my links. Just click on Amazon Faves and it will be there, you'll see. It's a great one, I'm really enjoying it. So let me just zip it. We've talked about that. Now we've already talked about how amazing the out of air bags are. Let's go and get the chicken so that I can start prepping bags for the chicken and tell you how I'm going to vacuum seal them. Now it's time to do some chicken, and you're probably wondering, Casey, don't you raise chicken? Yes, I do. And story. Let me take a sip of water first because pollen has been killing me. When we moved here from the 10-acre homestead. So if you are just now following us, we had a 10-acre farm in Southeast Georgia, and I sold and moved to a 1-acre homestead a little bit closer to the city in the suburbs to be closer to Brother Chris and Sis Tara because they were having their first baby. So when we moved, of course, we moved with all of our chickens. We did end up selling our turkeys. And we moved with all of our 3 full freezers of food, which included veggies from our garden, fruit from the orchard, and probably about 36 whole chickens. Now, also during that time, we had bought beef and pork from some dear friends, and that was all in there too. So when we brought it here and unloaded, it was a lot of stuff because my house was a lot bigger at the 10-acre farm than it is here. So what I had to do was I had to plug it in and just pray to Jesus that everything went well. And for the first 2 days, I checked it and it did. Flash forward to about a week after we moved, Mom noticed that the light was not on the freezer, opened it up, and it had all been sitting for over 72 hours and was thawed and smelled rancid. So we ended up having to throw away probably a year's worth of hard-earned and raised food. It was very, very sad, but we still have family, and that's all that matters because all of that stuff can be regrown and repackaged, and that is what we're going to be doing this year. So until then, because I am going to be raising some American breasts for meat, I got to get it from the grocery store, and that's what I did. I got some boneless, skinless thighs, I got some breasts, and some legs, and I'm going to vacuum seal them in smaller portions so I'm able to just pull them out. Instead of freezing it and stuff like this, that you have to cook really all of it, because for meat, you don't really want to thaw and then refreeze and thaw and refreeze. I'm just going to go do it by 2s for everything. And probably for the breasts, I'm going to do it by the 1s. And the legs, I'm going to do by the 4s. And this is pretty much our chicken for an entire month. One thing that I do is I sit down and I kind of do a monthly prep budget. At the farm, I did a lot more in advance, but since we're closer to stores now, I'm giving myself a little bit of grace and doing just a month. And so I want to get it vacuum sealed and put in the freezer so that when we have it that night, we can easily thaw it out. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm not going to show you kind of how all of it works. I've already talked about how great the outer airbags are, and I've shown you how to do them. So what I'm going to do off camera is I'm going to seal the ends, and I'm going to put all of the chicken in there, and we're going to then vacuum seal it together. We are going to use the Inkbird together, but I'm not going to show you the out of airbags, how I do it. Done it in another video. I just wanted to keep on saying how much I love out of air bags. Okay? Just saying. So I will see you in a second when all of this chicken is ready to be vacuum sealed. Okay, I did notice that I hadn't shown you how to do it on this one. So I've already pre-cut my bags, and what I'm doing is I'm doing the netting side. There's a netting rougher side and a smooth side. So I'm doing the netting side up. I'm putting it right here to where the opening is where your opening of the vacuum seal is. I'm going to close her. I'm going to hold her down tight, and I'm going to do seal only. We're going to have about 10 seconds. And when that's done, we should be sealed. You hear her? Yes, we do. That means hers is done. And see, look at that seal. Bam. And now, so when I stuff it, all I have to do is vacuum seal and it's done. So I'm going to get these bags ready. But I'm going to show you on one more, and then I'm going to get stuffing. So netting side up. I'm lining her up. I'm closing her. Pressing down, and I'm pressing seal only, yeah? I did a little slow-mo there. You like that editing? All right, I'll see you when I'm done. Alrighty, so off camera, I went ahead and vacuum sealed one of each just to make sure I knew what I was doing with the new one. And one thing that I noticed best is to put it on the moist, the normal, and then to vacuum and seal. So that's what I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you the one of each of them. Here, again, I put in the 4 legs. We're going to put the rougher netting side up. I'm going to open her up. I'm going to put her in ever so slightly. Yep. We're going to press her down. I'm going to do vacuum and seal. So it's going to get loud, y'all. But you'll hear when it changes over to the sealing part and when it's done. So now we're at the sealing. And look at that beautiful seal. Beautiful crisp seal. And now this will protect the chicken in the freezer for up to a year. It won't last that long, but it will protect it. So now let me do the other 2 and then I will finish it up and then we'll come back and put them in the freezer together. All right, here's one of the breasts. Again, netting side. I'm going to gently lift this up. Put this under. One thing that you want to do, y'all, is y'all want to make sure that the opening of the bag is even with what that little ditch looking thing is, because that's what's sucking all the air out. So I'm going to hold her down and I'm going to press vacuum and seal again. And really, y'all, this is a lot less noise than the other vacuum sealers are. So I'm really impressed with the Inkbird. Now we've switched over to the seal. And again, we're on moist because I guess the chicken's moist. It's not dry. I know that. There you go. And look at that beautiful seal. Wonderful. All right, let's do the 2 thighs and then I'll get finished off camera. And the reason I'm showing you all of them, y'all, is because I cut them a little bit smaller. So I want to show you all the different sizes that I'm doing. So this one, same way on the netting side. We're going to go underneath to the netting side. We're going to line her up. I'm going to push down and I'm going to vacuum and seal. I don't know if you can see on the camera, it's sucking up the air. It's doing a great job. Now we're on the sealing again. And with the dry one, I've noticed it's 23 seconds instead of the 10, which is fine with me to make sure that there's no holes that air can get in. And there we go. There's that seal. It's beautiful. All right, let me finish up and I'll be right back. Alrighty, y'all, so I have it all bagged up, all of it right here, all. So let's go ahead and let's take it out to the freezer to put it there so we have something to eat all through the month. Alrighty, so here we go. We got a couple of the legs. I'm dropping her in. I got some thighs, dropping her in. I have some breasts, and that's a breast. That's a breast. I have a lot of breasts. Breasts, legs. Oh, here we go. All the rest of the thighs in there. Y'all, and it's not as full as it once was, but one thing that I keep in there is a bottle of water, because if it's still frozen, you know it's still working. But I am going to look into, for y'all, finding a thermometer that attaches to your phone so we can know. But yeah, okay. Alrighty, y'all, that is it for this video. If you are interested in my Inkbird, remember, I always have my Linktree link down in the bio box. You just click on it, it takes you over, and then click on Amazon Faves. It costs you no more money. It just tells Amazon you came from Ormsby Farm, you like us, and we get a little bit of a commission. But also, I'm going to have my link in the Linktree for out-of-air bags. I am just so in love with these out-of-air bags. The quality is superb to any other of the vacuum sealing bags. And I put Ormsby Farm's name on that, y'all. So if you want to see more, again, I have in the show notes, I have and the index cards up there, I have all of my older videos of the out-of-air bags. The discount code for out-of-air is on my Linktree as well. Use that so you can get 10% off. Any money is good money, y'all, to save. I'm just saying. So thank you for tuning into this video and helping me prep some meat for the rest of the month. If you're enjoying these videos and you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. Press that button. It's down there. It's a red button. And also press that bell icon, because then YouTube will notify you anytime that I have new videos come out to the channel, which has been about one a week, usually on the weekend. But also, while you're subscribing and liking and all of that kind of stuff, leave me a comment, but also head over to social media and follow me on Facebook and Instagram and Threads, all at Ormsby Farms, and I will see y'all on the next video. Be blessed.
I'm coming